get ready for an adventure. Here is a story called The Sparkling Time Traveler's Quest. Once upon a time, in a kingdom filled with sunshine and giggling streams, lived Prince Pirate Bear. He wasn't just any prince. He was a brave bear with a golden crown, a pirate eye patch, and a heart as warm as honey tea. His crown, a vibrant hot pink, sat perfectly atop his head, one of 37 different crowns he kept in a special treasure chest. Prince Pirate Bear loved honey tea and could talk to woodland creatures. He was always ready for an unusual adventure. One sunny morning, Prince Pirate Bear was preparing for a journey in his time machine, a contraption that sparkled and shimmered with every tick and tock. This wasn't just any time machine. It could travel to any place and any time imaginable. Suddenly, the door to his workshop burst open, and in skipped Julia, a girl with a smile as bright as the sun, followed by Laura, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Prince Pirate Bear," Julia exclaimed, "can we have a dance party in your workshop today?" Laura nodded eagerly. "And maybe you could tell us a story?" Prince Pirate Bear chuckled, his voice a comforting rumble. "Of course, my dear friends, but first, let's see where this time machine takes us." He winked, adding a playful, maybe even to a dance party in the future. He set the controls for a place he had always wanted to visit, and prepared to journey to the Whispering Woods. With a whir and a whoosh, the time machine shook, sending glittery sparks flying everywhere. But, uh-oh! Suddenly the machine sputtered, coughed, and whoosh! The scenery outside the window began to blur. The workshop vanished, and the time machine landed with a gentle thump. When the sparkly dust settled, they weren't in the Whispering Woods at all. Instead, they were in a place unknown. A place that sparkled with a different kind of magic. "Where are we?" asked Julia, her eyes wide with wonder. "This is unexpected." Prince Pirate Bear adjusted his eye patch, looking around. "It seems the time machine has gone a bit wonky." He paused. "But look, it seems we have arrived at the beginning of a great quest. Our first challenge: we need to find the sun petal, a flower said to have the power to fix anything." They stepped out of the time machine and found themselves in a whimsical meadow. The air buzzed with the sound of happy bees, and the flowers giggled as the wind tickled their petals. The meadow was filled with every color imaginable, from ruby red to sunshine yellow to the deepest violet. A giggling stream babbled nearby, its water as clear as glass. Prince Pirate Bear, Julia, and Laura were immediately enchanted. "Wow," breathed Laura, "it's so pretty here." As they began to explore, they met a friendly squirrel who was busy singing a cheerful song. "Hello there," chirped the squirrel. "Welcome to the meadow. I'm very happy to meet you and hear the story of your quest." The squirrel's voice was high-pitched and cheerful. "To find the sun petal, you must pass through the maze. But beware!" The squirrel then started singing again. Before the time travelers could ask any questions, a rabbit hopped into view, his nose twitching. "Did someone say maze?" he asked. "I know a good joke about a maze." "Why did the rabbit cross the maze?" "Because he wanted to find the carrots on the other side. Ha ha." The rabbit had a playful voice. Laura, who loved drawing, pulled out her sketchbook. "Maybe if I draw a map, we can find our way," she said. "Great idea," Prince Pirate Bear said, giving her a warm smile. Laura began to sketch the maze, carefully noting the twists and turns. But the maze was more complicated than it seemed. As they walked, the paths seemed to shift and change, and soon they were completely lost. "Oh dear," exclaimed Julia, feeling a bit worried. Even the best jokes couldn't help them now. "Don't worry," said Prince Pirate Bear with a reassuring smile. "We will find a way. We need to work together, and remember that the way out is always forward." They continued on, helping each other, Julia pointing out hidden paths, and Laura using her drawing skills to try and find their way. Finally, they came across a clearing in the middle of the maze, where a gentle light shone. There it was, the sun petal, glowing softly in the center of the clearing. Prince Pirate Bear carefully picked the sun petal. As soon as he had the flower, the maze started to unravel. The three of them made their way back to the time machine. They placed the sun petal into the time machine, which immediately started to hum and sparkle. The gears began to whir, and with a final whoosh, the time machine was good as new. "Hooray!" cheered Julia and Laura. "We're going home!" Prince Pirate Bear smiled. "Indeed. But first, let's go back to the workshop." I have some honey tea that's just waiting to be enjoyed, and a story to tell." Back in the workshop, with the time machine safely parked, they sat around a table, sipping honey tea. "That was quite an adventure," said Julia. "It was," agreed Laura. Prince Pirate Bear nodded and shared a story about a brave little bumblebee. He spoke of kindness, courage, and the importance of helping others, all the while smiling and enjoying the sweet, warm honey tea. "You see," he finished, "just like in our adventure, when we help each other, we can overcome any challenge." The room was filled with warmth, friendship, and the sweet scent of honey, a perfect end to a perfect day. And from that day on, Julia and Laura knew that even when faced with unexpected troubles, with a little bit of bravery, kindness, and teamwork, anything was possible. Let's see what a great listener you are. Can you answer the following question? What did Laura use to help them find their way through the maze? Let's see how you did. The answer is her drawing skills and the map she sketched. You did a great job. Thank you for listening to Story Pie. I hope to see you again soon.